Well,
We're back.
we're back.
Welcome to a new season of Manic Pixie Dream Women. We're your hosts, Miraya and Layla.
Man, how I've missed that.
And this is a podcast where we talk about all things post-grad, entering into the industry, and the films that have inspired us along the way. Mic drop. Welcome back, little pixie sticks.
We're figuring out the stand names.
Yeah.
still.
I feel invigorated. I feel alive.
I know. Did you guys miss us? We missed you. I feel like those Kardashian
Yeah.
ads where they're like, we're back.
No, that's literally us.
Yeah.
We are the if you were a Kardashian, which Kardashian would you be?
I'm definitely Chloe.
Okay. For a second I was like, which one's Chloe? Which I don't know. I think I'm probably Courtney, which really is
Interesting.
sucks. I
Because
think
of
I
her
just
dietary
don't like
restrictions?
myself.
Like,
What?
why?
What is that?
Because of her dietary restrictions?
No.
Like, what else links you to
just
Courtney?
Because she's annoying.
Oh.
Anywho. Anyway,
we have an amazing season in store for y'all.
I'm really excited. I think this season it's gonna be even more fun,
Yeah.
fresh, manic.
We're going to bring, like... I was going to say we're going to bring death into this, but, like, and, like, we're going to have, like... We're going to kill each other.
Oh.
But we're not going to do that. Like, we're going to be, like how Mr. Beast keeps getting, like, crazier and crazier.
Yeah.
We're going to be, like...
yeah,
and we're going to watch a movie while ice skating.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
We're not doing any of that. We're going to be on this couch.
I can't even ice skate by itself. So watching a movie while ice skating, I
You would
would
die.
probably die. And that's the tea.
Yeah.
That's the tea. Well, Layla, how have you been since we finished season 1?
Well, Miraya, a little bit congested.
Oh. That's interesting. That's a long time to just be straight congested.
Oh. No, I've been good.
That's good.
Busy with work.
Yeah. Writing a
It's
lot.
only been like a month and a half since we ended.
It feels like it's been longer than that.
I know.
It's only been a month and a half.
Yeah.
Bitch, that's
Our
not
last
even a
episode was like March
break.
13th.
Oh. But when did
So.
we record it?
True. Like
True.
probably March 12th.
That's the tea. Well, yeah. This season, we're definitely recording things sooner. So we'll actually be in real time. Like, for example, today we are going to be talking about Challengers.
Oh my gosh.
The new Luca Guadagnino?
Guadagnino.
Guadagnino. Guadagnino.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you haven't seen it, obviously there's going to be spoilers ahead.
Spoilers ahead, but
hopefully you've
still
seen it by now.
stay. But also, go see it. It's
Yeah.
really fun. Just like this episode is going to be really fun. I'm making a
Yeah.
lot of eye contact.
I think it's going to be really fun talking about like movies part of the cultural lexicon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this movie is certainly that.
Certainly is. People can't stop talking about it.
First season, Matthew McConaughey was my love. I've moved on. Josh O'Connor, if you're watching this, please fuck me.
Oh.
My boyfriend is in
I
the
was
corner
about to
right
say,
there.
John is in the room today. He's in the studio.
John's in the studio. He's looking at me. He just went like that and then went immediately back to his phone. So
Yeah.
clearly, this is a cry
Nonplussed.
for help.
Oh.
For me. I want Josh
Well, I was
O'Connor
going
to
to say, I would also fuck Josh O'Connor, but only in the movie. I'd only fuck Patrick Zweig.
Okay.
I would not fuck, well, I mean, I would, but like he's, in real life, he's so sweet.
I know.
He's like a little sweetie pie. And
Yeah.
literally, it's like what makes that character so hot is like, he's so like grimy and dirty and bored.
and sweaty and poor. Anywho.
So what have you been up to, Miraya, during this break?
Oh, thank you so much for asking. I never thought you'd ask. Well, I was just making a little short film with you. Also, guys, I'm
Guys,
very...
I was there. Okay.
No,
Don't be like, I
okay.
made it with you. I was in the room.
Layla was our AD.
Barely. Okay, guys. Chill.
No.
Guys, chill.
Like, that's a
Miraya wrote, co-directed, and co-starred in this, guys. When I say triple threat,
Oh.
when I say, what's the word for like one woman? I can't think of the word. It's really embarrassing that I just can't think of it.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Like I don't know.
A woman. Just any woman.
A woman.
A woman.
So true.
But I had a lot of people who were backing me up, and you were certainly one of them.
Yeah.
Layla was on many meetings, many hours-long meetings,
So true.
making the schedule. Like, you did it all. You had to yell at people.
I did my best, guys.
No, Layla slayed. I'm so glad you were on set.
Tell us what your experience of it.
Yeah, so I know I talked about this season 1 when it's kind of cool to see that this is just, we were tracking the making of this movie from start to finish. Because I was writing it the first few episodes of season 1, which we filmed in like November, December.
Yeah.
And now I am in post-production for it, which is really crazy. But part of why we took a break was because I was really in like it's game time mode in pre-production. And man, making a short film is a lot of fucking work.
Oh my God.
Bro. It's crazy. Like, I think I said to you, like, the day before we started shooting, I was like, never again. Like, this is crazy. Like, this was so much work.
Well, also because you guys did it in 2 days, I think.
Yeah, well, if it was longer than 2 days, it would be even more work.
Well,
like, if the script was longer.
though would have been shorter days.
Well, yeah, but it's not.
You know?
We didn't go over that much.
Mm-hmm.
It was 14-hour days. Technically, it's not allowed by union standards, but luckily no one was union, so we got to abuse everyone on set.
Yeah.
Just kidding. That was not our goal. It's not our intentions. But no, I think also it was a lot of work because it was just basically me and Miraya, my co-director extraordinaire, producer extraordinaire, and I doing so many different things to make this
so
movie
many
happen.
hats.
But I truly don't know how a feature film is made. Like, so much fucking
A lot of money,
work.
a lot of people. I mean, it takes like months.
Yeah.
And it usually goes over schedule.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. Like, my film was not even 7 pages long, and it was we were working on it from December until mid-April when we shot it on pre-production, and it's just an immense amount of work. But I said to you the day before we started shooting, I cried in your beautiful arms, and I was like, I'm stressed, and you gave me a big hug. But then after we shot it, I was like, that was the most fun ever. I just want to keep doing it over and over again. So it's, I don't know. It went really well.
Thrills of it, right?
In my eyes, it went really well. And I'm really proud of it. And I'm so excited. We've handed off the footage to our editor yesterday.
Exciting.
And he said he would have a first cut for us in a week, which is crazy. Like, okay, I'm so excited to see it. Like, every bit of footage that I get to see and all the stills, I'm like eating it up. Like,
yeah.
I thought, I've said this to Layla, said this to John, I've said this to so many people, but I think one of my like main priorities when it came to this movie was having a really lovely crew and having everyone on set just like have a good time. And I just really feel like I have the best crew ever. Like,
yeah.
If anyone watching needs a crew, I got you. I got the best recs. Like, everyone was so wonderful to work with and was like equally as fun as they were talented. Like, people were able to laugh in between takes, but also like when we needed to get down to it, people were like so dedicated to making it the best short that they could.
Yeah.
Which I just really appreciate. So I'm just really thrilled that there was no drama on set. There was no like ego on set. I just feel like we see so much in the entertainment industry, people who believe that like in order to make good art, you need to have like the worst time ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that's just so not true.
Yeah.
So
I was blown away too. It was my first experience on a set. And I was blown away just witnessing, like, I was like, oh my God, like these people, you know, have no attachment to the script other than that they've read it and they like it. You know, It's not like the same passion that like you have for it because you're like, this is my baby. I wrote this.
Yeah.
And so in my head, I was like, that's crazy that somebody would just be like willing to give their all for something that's like not theirs.
Yeah, I had the same thought, especially about like, I could not say more nice things about our cinematographer. Because I don't know, like, I know that she's so incredibly talented, and so I had no doubt that she would kill it, but, like, it is like an ultra low budget, basically no budget short. Like in my brain, I was like, it would make sense to me if like she was just coming here to like have another job, whatever, like does the bare minimum and like goes on with her life. But like her dedication to making sure every single shot was like perfectly crafted and like, oh my God, it was her precision and her like level of like detail orientation was just, orientation was just so crazy. And I'm just so thankful. Like everyone on set was like that, but like she just really stands out to me because I was like, oh, like the same thing of what you were just saying. Like, obviously this is my baby, but I didn't expect everyone else to like really want it to be as good as they made it be.
You don't expect everyone to care as much as you care.
Yeah. And like she really cared. Everyone really cared. Yeah. But it's just so crazy to me. And I feel so thankful that all these people took time out of their lives to make it happen. Like, I just like Soraya and I, after we shot, we were just like crying for days, just like happy tears and like being so grateful to all of these people. So
watch out for it.
Yeah.
You'll have to keep us updated when it's ready for us to see.
I know. I'm really excited. So I think the timeline is just the next month, 2 months is going to be editing it. And then hopefully we'll be able to have a little private screening, which I'm really excited about. I'm just excited for people to get to see it. And then we'll be submitting to festivals. So please give me all your good vibes. Yeah. So that's that. That's my update.
It's a big update.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Layla, for being a part of it.
Thanks for including me.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me? It would have been so different if you weren't there. I would have just, I don't know, like the day before we had to iron all of my costume pieces. and
guys, newsflash, you need an ironing board to iron.
Bro, we didn't have an ironing board, but we had like the worst iron ever. It was not undoing any wrinkles. Yeah. So it was just like for an hour. And you had been ironing for like an hour before I
was ironing so much.
You.
It just did nothing. I was ironing the floor.
That. Yeah, we were just ironing on the floor, on the bed. Yeah, that was crazy. And that's the thing too, I'll just say.
Yeah.
Part of why I love my crew, part of why I love you, and part of why I love Soraya is like, Soraya and I were talking about issues came up on set, you know? Like, things happened. It was not like the most perfect, like, everything is going great. We didn't have an ironing board. I sprained my ankle. I had to go to the emergency room. That's a story for another time. But like stuff like that. But we still managed everything and we like kept going. Like, we didn't let these little hiccups destroy the set or like cause us to panic in an like I don't know. I just feel very grateful that everyone was able to like communicate in such a good way that we like worked through everything that
every
came
set
up.
has its problems.
Yeah, it's just how you handle the problems.
Yeah.
So there you go.
It's like your animatronic. Like, have you heard about the animatronic in Jaws?
No.
Bruce, how he was like a nightmare apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't remember.
I like that I keep. Yeah.
Every set has like a horror story basically.
Yeah, and I feel like none of our horror stories were actually like that horrific.
Nobody died.
But I think it's also because like we had a good mindset. Like, it could have, if we wanted to, like one of the things, and then I'll shut up about this, was our truck. It was like raining the day before we started
it got stuck in the mud.
Yeah, our equipment truck got stuck in the mud. Which
that was bad. I was scared for a minute there.
Yeah, that was scary. Figuring out how to get the equipment to the house.
Yeah, we were like knocking down trees.
Yeah, but we figured it out.
Yeah.
So there you go. And it was so much fun. I love what I do, and that makes me so happy. Well, Layla.
Well,
shall we talk about the movie?
Oh, shall we?
Challengers.
Okay, Challengers.
Luca Guadagnino.
Written by Justin Kuritzes? I don't know how to say his name. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry, but you slayed, I think. I'm curious because I already saw your Letterboxd star rating.
Yeah. So I read the script before I saw this movie because it was like circulating around a talent agency, and I was like, give me that. I want to read it. And I did, and I loved it. I was obsessed. I was like, oh my God, like it's so tense and this tennis struggle. And my family has like, my parents play tennis. My siblings have grown up playing tennis. Like, it's definitely our family sport, and it's definitely the one that like I probably grew up watching the most. So it's I understand the rules very clearly, and like have watched, you know, my mom was obsessed with Nadal. He's so hot. So like I'm familiar with the whole like hot tennis player, sexy vibe. So I was like, I'm into this. Love it. Art, Tashi, Patrick, triangle. I was less pleased with the execution.
Interesting.
And I wonder if it's because I read the script. So it's like, you know, I have a different experience than most of the moviegoers. Because like I already knew everything that was going to happen. So I don't know. I'm trying to separate if that's playing a big part in it. Because like, I don't know if I can, it's hard for me to separate my script reading from my watch.
Yeah, that's really interesting because I think so much of why I enjoyed the movie was because of the story.
Yeah.
And so if I already knew the story, for sure I wouldn't have had like so much of the movie. I was just like, ugh, it's a podcast, so I can't just make a face. But I was just like mouth agape, like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? Like, this is crazy. Like, what's about to happen?
Yeah.
Like, this is so juicy. But if I already knew the story, I would be like, okay. And I do think like I gave it a 9 out of a 10, a 4.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. And I think part of why for me it wasn't a perfect movie was there were a lot of like shot choices and like editing choices that I was like, that was weird. I don't know about that.
That was one of my biggest, because I gave it an 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
I gave it 3.5 stars on Letterboxd.
That's a 7 out of 10.
Because my biggest things was like, the thing is that like, I don't mind a director going big. And like, he definitely tried so many things, which I appreciate, because like, you'd rather have too much than like, okay, nothing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I appreciate that he went for it. To me, there was one too many. Like, I'm like, okay, we're above them. We're under them. We're the tennis ball. We're them. We're the racket. It's like there was just one too many of him being like, ooh, it'd be so cool if we did this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, did we need all of them? Like, in my opinion, no. It was distracting.
Yeah, I totally felt that. I felt like, especially at the beginning of the movie, I think maybe I got like used to it. But the beginning of the movie, I was like, have you are not a Swiftie.
Okay.
The 1989 World Tour footage. Do you know what I'm talking about?
This bitch.
Okay.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. That 1989 World Tour, like, I'm familiar. I can imagine it. What about it?
So basically,
is it a tennis themed?
No, it's not. But basically, it's insane because like, I need you to watch. Like, maybe I'll try to insert. Maybe we'll get copyright. I don't know. Like a little clip of it. But basically, there are so many fucking cuts. It's insane.
Oh.
Like, the editing is insane.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't know what they were on, but it's like boom, 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 boom. Like, there's no like room to breathe.
Yeah.
And it kind of felt like that.
I think this had the same editing. It definitely had. He needed a slap on the wrist. He needed someone to be like, okay, I think we're doing too much.
Yeah, which also I post making my short film, I was like so jealous because I was like, damn, like he really got to do all of these different shots.
Right.
Like, how much time did they have?
Yeah.
Like, the under the ground shot is insane.
He said he wanted to do it for that. He originally wanted to do that shot for Suspiria, which we'll be talking about later in the season.
Yeah.
Because he directed the 2018 remake of Suspiria, and he said he wanted to do that shot then, but he like saved it for that. Well, he didn't like purposely. Like they didn't have time.
Yeah.
So then when he was doing this, he was like, I want that shot.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
And he used it for like what? 2 seconds?
2 seconds.
It's so funny.
Because it is like a gimmick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That makes a lot of sense. I understand how you feel about it. And it is interesting that you really liked it when you read it. Was the 3-way makeout scene in the version of the script that you read?
I think so. I read it a while ago that I
Okay.
can't remember like the details of what exactly was in there.
Was Luca already attached to it?
I want to
when
say
you read
yes.
it?
And I
Okay.
think the cast was already attached.
Okay, because I read that the 3-way makeout scene was not originally in the script, but Luca Guadagnino.
I I could see it not being in there.
Yeah, but he was like, I think it's really important that it's in that some version of a three-way is
I'll just
in the
say,
script.
You could tell a gay man directed this movie. Even if you had no clue, you can tell.
Yeah, I was watching it with one of my friends, and she was like, she just wanted them to kiss the whole time.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that
Rightfully
makes sense.
so. I will say in the script, Tashi to me was not like the main character. To me, it was way more about like Art and Patrick. And I feel like the movie really leaned into her being the main character, which is just maybe just my interpretation of the script. Like maybe that was always the goal, was like she was the lead. But so I thought it was interesting because I was like, I didn't pick up on it as much when I was reading.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to read it. Because to me, I feel like the movie is, she's definitely the main, well, I don't know.
I think she is.
Because we don't see her, like.
She's the poster.
She's the poster, but is that more just because it's
Do you think
Zendaya?
Art or Patrick is the lead?
Well, what I was going to say is I really feel like it's all three of them. Like they have to, it's about their relationship, and that's why the end, I'm curious what you thought about the ending. But that's why I feel
hug?
Like the hug.
I didn't like the hug.
And her being like, let's go. Yeah.
I actually disliked, I didn't like that they hugged.
Okay.
I was like, I think I was sitting next to my friend Pierce, and we both were kind of like, what the hell's going on with that? But I liked when she was like, come on. Like she said it first angrily, and then she said it like, let's go. Like she was happy, and I was like, I wish they'd cut out the happy.
Oh, really?
I would have liked it better if it was like she was still mad at them. Like if her goal was always to keep them as foes.
But to me, what I thought it represented was like, this is what tennis is to her. When she was like,
a hug?
Tennis is a relationship. She says that at the beginning of the movie. She's like, tennis is a relationship.
But then I think though it's about though, like if he had beat her, if Art had beat Patrick, I think she would have been, because she wanted him to win.
But I think Tashi, in how I understand her character, she just loves watching some good tennis.
Yeah.
And I think that to her was like, that is the epitome of tennis.
Okay.
So
I see what you mean.
I liked that because I was like, oh, that's interesting. Because
Yeah.
you would expect her to be mad.
Yeah.
Also, who won? I don't know tennis. I don't understand tennis. Is it up in the air? You don't know.
In
who
the
won?
script, it was up in the air who won. And I'm assuming, I mean, in the movie, we don't really know.
Yeah.
I think it's, I would guess Art won.
Interesting.
I would guess Patrick let Art win.
Okay. That was, oh my God.
Because
That
it's
moment,
like, they started playing so fiercely because Art finally, like, woke up.
Yeah.
Basically. Because he was so lit up. Like, how that line where he's like, it's nice to see you lit up about something, even if it's my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, they're lit up about that.
Yeah. Oh my God. That was crazy.
Yeah.
I really loved this movie. I also just like Josh O'Connor. Josh O'Connor is so hot.
He looked great. He did. I was like, am I into men's thighs?
I had the same thought. His legs looked so good.
Yeah.
And his abs. Oh,
I will say, I don't think any of them are quite big enough for me to buy as a tennis player. Because I was like,
see, I don't know tennis.
Yeah.
So
they're
for
a
me,
little
I'm like,
scrawny in my opinion, especially Zendaya.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting.
You've seen Serena Williams.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
No wonder her little knee snapped.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's so interesting. Yeah, because it was funny because at the end of the movie, I don't know anything about tennis. So I thought the game ended like 10 times. Like I was like, oh, okay, he won.
Oh, yeah, because there's sets.
Oh, he
there's
won.
like there's like mini games.
Yeah. But I just did not understand anything that was happening.
Nice.
Especially during the last set. Because the umpire kept saying, umpire? Is that you?
I think it's just a ref in
The ref?
or judge even.
Okay. He kept saying the word game.
Game?
I was like, game. I was like, okay, that
Yeah.
means it's over. And then I was like,
Yeah.
why isn't anyone reacting to it being over?
Yeah.
So I didn't understand the end.
That's fair.
I wish I had done a little bit more tennis research beforehand.
You shouldn't need to. But I guess he's expecting you to know tennis, I guess, a little bit.
Also, can I just say,
Mm-hmm.
I'm pivoting. So, not to bring my short back up, but to bring it up.
Bring it up.
which maybe I talked about in season 1, I don't think so. I was really scared of intimacy in my short film.
Yeah.
Because
You brought it up, baby.
I brought it up. Yeah. I definitely did bring it up. But I was really scared because basically I had to like make out and be pretty much naked in a bed with one of my closest friends. That's weird. It's also just weird to make out with anyone that you don't know. I watched Challengers and I was like, bitch, you did nothing in this short. Like, why the fuck were you nervous about kissing someone when like in Challengers I was like, the tongue was crazy.
The tongue went crazy.
The tongue went crazy. The scene between Josh O'Connor and Zendaya when he's visiting her at Stanford, I was like, damn. Like, I shout out to the intimacy coordinator. Like,
yeah.
I have such respect for intimacy choreography now post my shoot. And I was like, that's really cool. I wonder how they did that. The tongue was crazy.
Like, just how, like, mentally they did it, you mean?
No, not even. Because now I feel like I understand, like...
how you can turn it off?
Yeah. Like, for me, shooting my short, I was so nervous. Like, the anticipation, Layla fucking knows. I talked about it all the time. I was like, oh my God, I have to kiss James. Like, that's weird. This is very weird. And then we didn't have an intimacy choreographer, but our co-director had taken a class and I did a lot of research so we could like try to choreograph it as one would. And that was so helpful because it really doesn't feel like you're kissing someone. It feels like you're doing like a dance in a way.
Oh.
Like it really like my brain shut off in a way that like when you're kissing someone, it's just so different. Where I was so focused on like, now I have to touch his face in this way. Now I have to move this way. Like,
yeah,
blah,
exactly.
Blah, blah.
It's so choreographed.
Yeah.
You're not like, because when you're usually making out, it's so spontaneous and passionate.
Yeah.
And usually it's not like that when it's so choreographed.
Yeah. And I literally wasn't even focused on like how it felt. I was just focused on like doing my job. So I'm sure like, I'm sure for them it was the same way. But it is crazy, the three-way kiss. The three-way kiss was crazy. Like, yeah. I wonder what that was like to shoot.
I do have to say, though, because, like, and people are saying this, and it's marketed this way a little bit, where it's like, this is a super sexy, like, the horniest movie we've had in a while. And, like, that's fair. Not nearly enough.
Really?
I was like, and I saw a tweet where I was like, thank you, somebody also agrees with me. Wait, let me find it. Because I saw this, like, tweet that was going around. It was, like, sex and nudity in movies has decreased by almost 40%.
Oh, interesting.
Movies with no sexual content has increased from 20% per year to 50%. And I agree with that. Like, I just, based off what I'm seeing and consuming, like, I feel like is a certain lack of, like, sex scenes and stuff. And somebody said that Challengers was hyped as the horniest, sexiest movies in years is evidence of this scarcity. Because... what did they really do? There was that kiss. That kiss. And then they were making out in her room.
He slaps his boner.
That doesn't count. Not to me.
I mean, it is interesting, too, because, like, there was no nudity. I mean, Zendaya, like, wears a sheer bra.
Yeah.
But, like...
well, there was penises.
Oh, there were
but
penises.
But in a very Italian director man way. You know what I mean?
But
like, they're just like,
in
hey, he's in the locker room.
Yeah, but, like, we didn't see Josh O'Connor's penis.
No.
We just saw his cute little butt.
If you've seen, like, actual, like, erotic thrillers, like Basic Instinct, I mean, those movies will have you, like, looking for a vibrator afterward.
Interesting.
And I was not looking for a vibrator afterward.
Really? I was horny. And
but, okay, wait, but if you're just talking about, like, how you're attracted to Josh O'Connor, that's different, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean... I think this, in comparison to, like, Euphoria, like, Euphoria is so much crazier. But I think there's something...
Is it Euphoria, though, like, actually sexy? Or is it just, like, have sex?
It has a lot of sex, but I think some people would probably say it's
like,
sexy.
Is it hot? I feel like that's very, like, we're throwing in sex scenes because it's so cool. Versus, like, tense, like, erotic, actual cinema, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. That's actually very interesting because I would... maybe it is just because I was attracted to Josh O'Connor.
Like, there's very hot people in it, but I was very like, they're just kissing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm not necessarily turned on by it.
Interesting.
I don't know. It was just missing. I was like, guys, we could have so much more.
Yeah, you're so right. It really was just those 2 scenes.
Right?
I don't know. I would say the most sexy part of it was the tension between Art and Patrick. Like the
Yeah.
churro scene.
But there could have been more. That's what I'm saying. I know there could have been more. And I'm like, where is it?
Yeah. I don't know if I would have wanted more though.
I did.
Personally.
I sure did.
I don't know.
I also have another critique.
Okay,
Well, first of all, I
please.
loved the score. Did you
yeah.
like the score? It
I
was fun.
I thought it was really fun.
Yeah.
And it definitely gave it a specific tone that was
Did.
really fun. Yeah.
And it's a vibe. You know, everyone in the theater was like, oh. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did not like the score that was like all of a sudden classical. Like when they were like Italian words, maybe.
Yeah.
I
I
didn't-
agree.
That was weird.
Yeah, that was weird. There was also a song at the beginning that I wasn't the biggest fan of, but I don't remember what it was.
So it was
but
kind of like
also
hit or
classical
miss with
vibes.
those for me.
But I liked the like electronic, like
Yes, that one's so fun.
Yeah, so fun.
And then everyone's talking about that storm. Where all that paper come from?
Okay, yeah,
Did a paper truck crash?
We did talk about that. We were like, so one of the friends that I saw it with was really in support of it and was like, it's so dramatic, like it's so fun.
I don't think it's dramatic. It's like comedic.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of liked it just because I feel like I was so there with it. Like
Mhm.
I was just so like, this is so intense. This is really a visual of how intense everything is. But like the logical side of me is like, what? When does a storm like this ever happen and then clear up
don't know.
immediately the next day in New
Yeah.
Rochelle? In New Rochelle.
In New Rochelle. Same thing with like similarly, like I found there were lots of moments with the editing. I think my comment ties back in because it's like there were moments where I actually thought it was like funny because it's like it went on so long. Because like there was
Yeah.
this one scene when when they're playing the tennis match, Josh O'Connor like looks at Zendaya and is like, I think it's slow motion. And he's about to like serve and it's slow motion, but it goes on like for like 10 seconds longer than it has to. And I was like, what's going on? This is fun. What? Where it's like, it was like so melodramatic where I was like, is this funny?
Yeah.
You know?
But I feel like to me, I like that there clearly were like moments that were comedic.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just a straight.
This wasn't intended, I don't think, though.
No, but like I feel like I probably forgave it if I don't even remember this part. But like if I was like, oh, because I just felt like tonally that makes sense. Does that make sense?
It's funny though. I think that those like comedic things take me out of it more.
Yeah, that's
Like
fair.
I don't think it necessarily is the best for this movie where I'm like, I want it to be tense and like intense and a little bit of erotic and like.
Yeah.
So that even like the moment when he does the thing with the racket and Art goes, fuck off. I was like, I didn't like that. I wish he had been like maybe non-verbally responded.
Yeah.
Or like we just did a close-up of his face and he's just like really mad. Because it took it to like a levity for me.
Yeah.
That I was like, I don't want to go there right now. I want to stay in this like hyper-focused, intense scene instead of him being like, oh, fuck off.
Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, of like the intensity, I do think I did really like the ending just because it was unexpected. But it sort of felt like a cop-out just because like I thought what this movie did really, really well was making the stakes like so insanely high over tennis in a way where I was like, oh my God, I'm so invested. What's going to happen?
Yeah.
And then we never actually saw what happened.
Yeah.
So that was kind of annoying, but talk about stakes. That was fun.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Also, I was going to ask you, are you team Art or team Patrick?
I think it needs to because this is a throuple. Like there's no world in which they're not all fucking.
Yeah, I think for sure they wouldn't. I don't know. I was talking to my friend about this yesterday.
I would probably say Patrick over Art.
I agree. I'm so Patrick over Art if it's between the two of them.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not just because Josh O'Connor is cuter. I just feel like Art was like the original villain.
Yeah.
Like, he was the one who tried to sabotage their relationship.
He really was like, oh, yeah, like exactly. He didn't do. This brings me to the thing where Zendaya was like, she posted on her Instagram, like when this was released and was like, thank you so much all for the love and like, don't judge her too harshly. Like, give it a second watch or something. Like, she was like, you know, kind of apologizing before anybody could say anything because, like, you know, she's like not a great person.
Yeah.
But she, didn't do anything that a man has not done in a movie.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, why are you apologizing, girl?
Yeah,
because, like, men hate women. I get it.
interesting.
And then B, like, Art was just, they all are bad. Like, they're all not great. It's all very toxic.
But also, not to be a Patrick apologist.
Yeah.
But what did Patrick do that was so bad at the beginning of the movie? Like, obviously the cheating part later on, not great, but like, or not the beginning of the movie, but like the beginning of the chronological order of events. Yeah. Like, I feel like he genuinely was trying to be a good boyfriend.
Totally.
And then, like, obviously got rightfully mad when Zendaya, like, all she would talk about was tennis. And he was like, I will not be your fan.
Very, like, when she got injured and they all were like, get out. I was like, that's what caused this?
Yeah.
Feels a bit extreme.
To me, it kind of made sense just because I felt like it felt very, like, young, like, stupid relationship stuff. And, like, I don't know, like, it made me laugh when Art was like, get the fuck out, Patrick. But, like, in a way where I was like, this makes sense for you as a character of, like, you're just a little piece of shit who, like, just wants this girl so desperately.
Yeah, literally. Obsessed with her. I do have my other complaint, I will say, about the movie.
Yeah.
Is that I don't think the acting was up to par.
Okay, this is an interesting conversation because I thought Zendaya, I feel like I haven't really watched that much that Zendaya is in. And this was like my first real experience where I was like really like, I felt like blown away by her just like as a person. She's just like gorgeous. And like, I just thought, I was thinking like, what a fun role to be able to like really be in your power and be like, fuck you, bitches. The power she must feel of having two men just like day in and day out fighting for her. And I thought Josh O'Connor slayed. Like he's so good. His American accent, good for him. And he's just such a sleazebag in the best way. Mike Feist, I felt like him, and there were a couple other side characters. It was like giving like theater acting.
Oh my god, I was gonna say he's giving theater kid.
He's giving theater kid.
Especially the line for me that comes to mind immediately is when he's like, he's asking for your number, and so am I.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I so felt that. Like, I really like. There were, and even like the woman who Josh O'Connor goes to when he's like checking into the Challenger, like her, and there was like another side character where I was like, I don't know why you're saying everything like you're on Broadway right now.
I felt like I was like, I had an issue because I was like, I don't feel immersed in this world. I feel like I'm watching a like I know everybody's acting. Yeah. And that to me like took me out of it.
Yeah.
Where I'm like,
yeah.
But I don't think Zendaya did what I needed her to do.
Okay, interesting. In like what way?
Like, I just don't think she carried it. I don't know how to describe it. Because, like, you could tell she was really trying.
Yeah.
Part of it, I think, is also, like, I don't buy her as a 30-year-old. I don't buy her as a mother.
I had to, like, remind myself, like, I just need to, what's the word?
Forget.
There's, like, some phrase that's, like, the string of misbelief.
Suspension of disbelief.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where she does not look like a 30-year-old mom.
Yeah.
At all. Her having a 6-year-old daughter, I was like,
yeah.
What? You look like a 14-year-old.
Yeah,
actually, but like, at least high school.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't think she commanded the role in, I don't know acting. Like, I never studied acting. So, like, I don't know, like, the words of exactly, like, what her performance was lacking for me. But it just was like, it felt so expected, maybe. Every reaction, every reaction. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess that's why I would probably say, like, to me, she wasn't the protagonist because, like, I felt like her character was very, like, one-dimensional in a way that I didn't mind.
I think she was supposed to be. I mean, I feel like she's controlling everything.
Yeah. To me, I think Patrick, I would say, was the protagonist because
Mhm.
I think he has the most change over time and like the most motivation
Mhm.
throughout. I don't know. Does that
But
make sense?
she's really motivated.
What is her motivation?
She wants to get him to the fucking she set up the whole arrangement.
That's true.
And like 'cause she
but-
wants to push Art to get him to the US Open.
That's true, but like then I mean, yes. But she like sends him to the challenger, but then she's very passive. Like it's not like the rest of the movie. She's
No,
like
she fucked Josh O'Connor on purpose.
when? The night before?
The night before.
You think so?
That was so on purpose.
Just for Mike Weiss?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Just to push him. I don't think it was like I don't think Tashi's motivated by her emotions.
Whoa.
I think she's motivated purely by logic and like not some master plan, but like she thinks ahead. And so she knew, he was going to be there. She knew that like the role she plays in their thing, and she also knows how they play tennis and how like Art is not really, he needs the confidence. I think it's just like I think that was on purpose because like the way she brought it up, and then he was like, I'll fuck you, whatever. She's like, no, I'm not gonna fuck you, blah blah blah. But I feel like then because she like talked about it that way, it's like not so believable that she then would do that for that reason.
Yeah.
But I think it was totally on purpose.
Damn. I really did not read it that way, but now you're kind of blowing my mind. Like I don't know, maybe I'm too trusting a person. But when she saw Patrick for the first time and she was like, we can't be seen together, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, what was the line? He was like, oh, you know that you just did this to like torture him or something or to humiliate him.
Yeah.
And she was like, basically said like, my plan was to humiliate him, but not because of this. And I was like, okay, I believed her
Yeah.
for that. But then I also just felt like this is a woman who's very unhappy in her marriage. And so then I read her having sex with him as like actually like there's no way she can escape Patrick. And that's what the whole like journey of the movie was about. Like they need to have like this like what's that word when like the bird eats the hippo's back?
Whoa, I've never heard that.
Like the like oh fuck, what is that word? Like the bird eats like the bugs off the hippo's back, and so it's like this like environment that like feeds into each other and like this cycle of
Okay.
like it's like that where like the three of them need each other to like keep them going.
But I think that going back to like how it's like tennis is a relationship, I think their relationship is all about tennis. So that means the tennis of it,
that's
like
true. Like so,
it goes both ways. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Justin, whatever your last name is. This is, I feel like, how you know you've made something good. Is it when there's so many interpretations.
All the discourse
and
about
like
it.
so much discourse. Yeah. Like, that's so fun.
Well, and also, obviously, he's married to Celine Song.
Yes. I didn't see Past Lives, did
Well,
you?
it's about, like, a throuple.
I know. I'm like, bro.
Basically.
Yeah. What's going on with them?
I don't know.
Are they
man.
okay? I don't know.
I mean, I guess they're good now.
Yeah.
They survived the throuple.
I guess we'll see. Only
They're
time will
writing
tell.
about it, yeah.
Yeah. That's so interesting.
Yeah.
That is so interesting. I feel like I haven't seen that many people talking about that.
It's very on Twitter.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm just
But to sum up my thoughts really quick, I just I think a lot of people were very quick just to be like, it looks like a good movie, and like it has like, hot people and like tennis.
Yeah.
And I'm not at all saying like people who just don't agree with me or something. I just mean like a lot of like people like I think who don't have film education are very quick to just be like, it's amazing. It's iconic. It's like the same way like how the word iconic is so overused where it's lost all of its meaning.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, okay, wait, like let's calm down. Something is not instantly iconic, you know? Let's like we can critique things and like they cannot be perfect, but like they can still be good. I don't think this will have any cultural longevity.
Yeah, that's interesting. I kind of agree with you. I don't see this movie is not like societally
It's not going to be a
changing.
classic.
Yeah, I don't think
which
so.
therefore it cannot be iconic.
Yeah, but it is interesting because I feel like Call Me By Your Name is iconic
Mm-hmm.
in a way that I'm like, I wonder if... But I think it's because of its...
Time.
Yeah, its time.
Yeah.
And, like, what it meant to be making a queer movie like that on the main stage.
In, like, 2017.
So I don't know what this will do because it doesn't have that. So
Yeah.
it doesn't really speak to a specific group of people. So I don't think it's really going to, like, carry through. I think it's just because, like, Zendaya is iconic and, like, yeah, I think you're right. Hot
Like, I think
people.
her, like, press looks and stuff are, like, more interesting.
Yeah.
And will be, like, remembered better than the film, which I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing.
Yeah. That's so fair. That's really fair.
Yeah.
But I just had a really fun time regardless. Like, I really enjoyed what, and I'm just glad that movies are embracing.
Movies are back.
Movies are back.
Movies
It really
are
feels
back,
like
baby. Well,
that.
let us know if you guys agree with our opinions.
Yeah, I'd love
If you're
to
just
hear
like,
if you're...
fucking it was a good time.
Are you team Art? Are you team Patrick? Are you team
Yeah.
Thruple?
Yeah.
Are you team Tashi?
Tashi?
Feminism.
Art Donaldson is a crazy fake name.
Art Donaldson is a crazy name.
Art?
What is Arthur?
Arthur?
Arthur Donaldson?
Arturo?
Arturo Donaldson.
Archibald?
Really...
No.
Archibald.
I don't know what art is really short. I guess Arthur.
I guess Arthur.
I don't know. I don't know any arts.
I've never heard the last name. What is it? Patrick
Zweig?
Zweig.
Polish?
Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Mr. Zweig.
I don't know. It's German? It's very harsh.
Zweig.
Yeah. Well, next week, we have another sort of polyamorous situation going on.
Oh.
Not that you would know. It's John Tucker Must Die.
Oh,
That one is a classic.
I'm very excited.
It's legacy.
I've heard the title so many times. I have no idea what it's about. I'm very excited.
I'm very excited too.
I'm just happy we're leaning into like the fun.
We're definitely having more fun.
Yeah.
Less artsy stuff.
Less 2001: A Space Odyssey.
More commercial.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We love you, Pixie Sticks. Leave us a comment.
Let us know what you can change to that name to.
Pixie Sticks.
Yeah. Better idea.
I think it's going to stick.
What'd you say?
I think the name's going to stick.
That's really awkward that I made you repeat that.
Anywho, well, thank you for joining us on
Manic Pixie Dream Women.